My name is Melissa Fulmer. I did my internship for United Way in Provo, Utah, and the entity I worked for was called Help Me Grow Utah. I was the social media intern there. Help Me Grow Utah is a virtual statewide program that offers support to families and children at no cost. And what they do is they have parent support specialists that parents can call in, and if they have any parenting questions or if they're struggling with anything. The main thing they do is developmental and well-being screenings for children. They give a questionnaire to parents and they fill it out and see if their child is on track, either developmentally or with their well-being, socially, emotionally. And then if they find that there is like an area where they are a little behind or that they need a little more help, then these parent support specialists, they give age-specific activity ideas, and then they also connect parents to resources throughout the community. And to use this service, your parent does not, or the child does not have to be delayed in any way. Anybody can use it. They also offer help for postpartum supports. How I found this internship was that I actually Googled BYUI Marriage and Family Studies internships, and it brought me to like their webpage. And I did make a screenshot of it, but that particular web page is not there anymore. I just checked. So there are other ways that you can find these internships, but there is a list of internships somewhere on BYU Idaho's website. This is the website that what it used to look like. And it tells you all the expectations for the internship. And then at the bottom, there used to be this list, and United Way in Utah County was the top of the list. So one thing about this is over here, it says that Sandra Cannon is the contact, and to send your resume to her. That is not the case. She doesn't work there anymore. So at the end of this, I have put how to find this internship. You can contact Help Me Grow directly if you want to. Just Google that, or they do have a website. That's how I applied for it. So my responsibilities there, I needed to research topics that pertain to families and children. Because I was the social media intern, most of what I did was on social media. I did not apply for this internship on purpose. I know nothing about social media. I'm not in the age group that uses it a ton. I use it a little bit, but I really needed an internship and they needed a social media intern. So that's why I did this internship. But my main job was to make Instagram posts. All of these are related to parent education. So I was trying to make them kind of very informational, but also maybe a little entertaining, not the posts as much, but the reels and stories. It was more of and not, maybe entertaining is not the best word, just in a different way. We learned in our classes at BYU Idaho that how you teach is just as important as what you teach. And that was definitely the case on social media. So I made Instagram posts 3 times a week. I made reels and stories for Instagram. And when I first started, I had no idea what a reel was. I had to Google that. So if you know what a reel is, you'll be way ahead of me on this. But I quickly learned, and it's been really fun. As an intern anywhere in Help Me Grow, you have to make blog posts for their blog. I had to write 4 of them, I believe, this semester. And they're not very long. They're not very hard. You just research topics and then make sure that you cite that. You use a hyperlink and cite your what you've researched on your blog post. I also collaborated with the Help Me Grow team. If they ever needed something, one time I had to make something on Canva because the outreach team needed a little graphic for what they were doing for Central Hispana. And so I made the graphic for them. I attended meetings, and then I had a weekly check-in with my supervisor and reported to her what was going on and if I needed anything. Oh my goodness. All right, so these are examples of what I actually did there. The first one is an example of my post. We have collaborated with an entity called 5 Before 5. And so twice a month I would post for them and then tag them in it. But we made a post. This is how, ways you can show love to your child. And I got all this information off of the 5 Before 5 website. I just reposted it on an Instagram post. That was all I did. I did not have to come up with all this content on my own. I researched a lot, but I'm not making stuff up on my own. And that second thing is a story. The stories were more interactive or informational, definitely, but we would do things like this or that on ways to keep your child active indoors. And so hopefully it would give parents ideas of ways to do that. And then that third thing on there is a reel that I made. Those are my little girls. That reel, I wouldn't say it went viral. I was just copying what somebody else did because that's what reels are, is just copying what someone else did. But that reel was my most popular. It now has like 32,000 views and almost 600 likes or something. I don't know. But yeah, reels reels are not my favorite thing, but I did them. I had to do one once a week. How I benefited from Help Me Grow was I was very dedicated, or no, how I benefited Help Me Grow. I was dedicated. I made sure I showed up on time. They're very flexible. You get to pick your own hours because they know that you are a college student. So that wasn't an issue. One time I was later than I was on my thing, but it was just my commute is kind of long, and so the freeway was backed up. But they just ask that you make that time up either later that same day or within the same week. I went to all the meetings. I was definitely had determination. I was determined to learn new things. Like I said, I have no idea. I'm not a social media person, but I learned the platforms. And then I made sure that I finished the work that was assigned me each week. And I guess I should add, we did other platforms too. Instagram is what they mainly focus on, but we also post to Facebook. We have a presence on Pinterest, and then just mostly Instagram. But I also benefited, Help Me Grow with my experience as a mom and also as a special needs mom. Sometimes I sat next to all the parent support specialists in the office, and sometimes they would ask questions. They're trying to help one of the clients and that has a question. And so I felt like I had experience as a mom, and a lot of them did not. And then also I benefited them, just me as a college student, because I have learned a ton at college that fit exactly what the whole thing at Help Me Grow was, with helping parents and families. And how I benefited personally, it gave me a lot more confidence. I went into this not knowing a lot about what they do or what was expected of me for social media, but it made me feel more confident that I am a competent person, and that even though I didn't know what they were asking me up front, I could look it up, I can learn it, I can, move forward with it. This internship has given me a lot of skills, just, working in the office, learning everything that they do there and all the things there. And then also it showed me what career I want. I thought I was headed a different direction, but it showed me what I wanted to do with this degree after I graduate. The connections with the coursework. We definitely learned a lot in our coursework about providing support to parents, supporting families. That I feel like that's what our major has been, is how do we support families? How do we strengthen families? And that is exactly what United Way does. They try to support families, and then that is exactly the same thing that Help Me Grow does. It's trying to take a population of special needs parents or special needs kids and support them and help um, give them what they need. And a lot of these parents don't know what they need, but Help Me Grow helps them, um, show them what resources are out there. And then that second one, community resources. If if a parent fills out the questionnaire for their child, the ages and stages questionnaire, and it comes back that it's that their child might need some kind of extra support, they refer them to early intervention or some kind of behavior therapy, or so it was a really good referral place for these parents who need extra help and support. And then just family advocacy, we learned that a lot in our classes. And United Way really, really helps support families. That's their whole mission. I would 100% recommend this internship to anyone. I loved working there. They have great training. I never, even though I didn't have a clue what I was doing, I never felt like I couldn't ask them, for clarification and right up front. I don't know how other internships are, I guess, because this is the only one I've ever done, but they have a ton of interns that just go through the program semester after semester, and so they have great training. It's already in place. They're already set up for interns. They love their interns there. So I just felt like it was just a great environment for interns. And then all the coworkers there, great people. Like they are helpful. They are understanding. They're just great people to be around, fun people. A great thing about it was that it had flexible hours. As a student, that's important. Like, I don't think any of us interns there work the same hours. The actual people who work there, they have set hours, and we interns had to pick our hours at the beginning, but it was flexible that way that we got to pick our hours. And then it was great that I felt like we were making a difference in people's lives, that we are helping people who, really need that help. Who to contact if you are interested in this internship. Like I said, the one on the website that used to be on BYU Idaho's website, I think someone from Help Me Grow contacted them to get that changed. But I asked them in the office, and they said Ann Chambers would be the one that you could call directly, or her email is right there. The way I applied for this internship was I actually went to their website. If you go to their website, make sure I think if you can get an internship anywhere on United Way's website, but mine specifically, I, made sure it was in Utah because that's where I live, and I made sure. So I would do Help Me Grow internship, but there's a whole list of them. Welcome Baby, they have an entity called Welcome Baby. They have interns there. And then Help Me Grow has interns. I think even 211 has interns. They really have interns throughout the whole company. And so if one seems to be full, so that's what happened with me. Was I applied for a parent support specialist internship, and all those positions were full, so they denied me that one. But then a few days later, they came back and said, hey, we have this opening for the social media internship. Would you be interested in that? And like I said, that was a little intimidating, but I loved this internship so much. I can't say more positive things about it. It was so great. So yeah, if I were you, I would just apply on their website. Just go to their website and look up internships. Yeah, so that was it. I hope you have a happy time finding your own internship.